Be strong.
Why the World Islands Dubai Failure. Hey Leah, have you heard about the World Islands in Dubai?
Yes, I have. Why do you ask?
I was doing some research on it and it seems like it's considered a failure.
Really? I thought it was a popular tourist destination.
It was supposed to be, but it hasn't really lived up to expectations.
What do you think went wrong?
Well, for one thing, it was built during the financial crisis of 2008, so there was a lack of investment.
Ah, I see. What else?
There were also issues with the infrastructure. It was difficult to get to and from the islands, and there were limited resources available.
That makes sense. Were there any other problems?
Yes, there were also issues with the environment. The construction of the islands disrupted marine life and caused erosion of nearby coastlines.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because it had the potential to be a great project.
Do you think there's any way to salvage it?
It's possible, but it would take a lot of time and money. They would need to invest in better infrastructure and find ways to mitigate the environmental impact.
I see. Do you think it's worth the effort?
That's hard to say. It would depend on the return on investment and whether there is enough demand for a project like that.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I suppose so. Have you heard of any other failed projects like this?
Actually, I recently read about a project called the Great Wall of China theme park. It was supposed to be a huge tourist attraction, but it was never completed due to financial issues.
That's interesting. It seems like these big projects can be risky investments.
Definitely. It's important to do your research and weigh the potential risks and benefits before investing in something like that.
Agreed. It's always good to learn from the mistakes of others.
Absolutely. Well, it was nice chatting with you, Alex.
You too, League. Let's catch up again soon.
Sounds good. Before we go, do you think there's anything that could have been done differently to prevent the failure of the World Islands?
That's a good question. One thing that comes to mind is that they could have conducted more thorough market research to determine the demand for the project before beginning construction.
That makes sense. Anything else?
They could have also prioritized the environmental impact and taken measures to minimize the disruption to marine life and coastal erosion.
It's too bad that didn't happen. Hopefully, other developers will learn from their mistakes.
I agree. It's important to take a holistic approach to development that considers all the potential impacts of a project.
Definitely. Do you think there are any examples of successful large-scale development projects that took that approach?
One example that comes to mind is the High Line in New York City. It was a disused elevated railroad that was transformed into a park with an emphasis on sustainability and preserving the history of the structure.
I've heard of that. It's been very successful, right?
Yes, it's been very popular with both locals and tourists, and it's helped to revitalize the surrounding neighborhoods.
That's great. It's good to see examples of successful projects that take a sustainable and holistic approach.
Definitely. It gives me hope that we can create large-scale development projects that benefit both people and the environment.
Yes, there's a lot of potential for that kind of development. I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Me too. Well, it was great talking with you, League. Take care.
You too, Alex. Talk to you soon.